too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Newton. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Miles Jack coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. 4th down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. This from 36 yards out. And Gano's kick is right through. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead. And
they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Gun. Set. 180. Do something.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Got his target, Samuel. A gain of 32 that time.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Newton. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end, and it'll bring up third down.
Set. 180.
Here's Newton. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And Gano's kick is right through. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, look at the juke. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The former Maryland Terp, Jermaine Carter Jr., had the tackle.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
Well, what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. He's going to float this over the middle deep. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. DJ Moore, his second touchdown on the season, and the Panthers add on to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Gano out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. They'll drop the throw. Drops it off for Coleman. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot. Gun. No. Check. Patriot.
They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Panthers have recovered.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Following the fumble recovery, Newton. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Newton now to throw. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. 30, 20, touchdown, Carolina. A big play there, 83 yards, and the Panthers add on to their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The ball comes out.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
Back to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. This is caught. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And a rout is on here in this first half. Gano out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Dante Jackson picks it. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And Gano's kick is right through. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. Gets around him. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Play action, it's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Open man right side is Ingram. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. is Newton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
Single, single. Single, single. Great, great, great. Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift.
He'll get it up the middle, and he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
4 down, 4 down. Great, great. 20. Hey, hey.
Now Newton. And that is incomplete. DJ Hayden right there on the coverage.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
And Gano's kick is right through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up there. He's got a man, complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to loft one. And it'll be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
47's the mic.
To throw on 2nd down. Newton. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Gun, gun, gun. Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball.
3rd and long. It's Newton. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Returnable for Thomas. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's first and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Looking to throw. Looking deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. This is McCaffrey. Despite some fast footwork, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to throw. Newton sliding out of the pocket. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun, gun. Yo, 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 yo. Yo. Hey! Check, check. Presto, presto, presto. Great, great, great. What are you?
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3.
Single receiver. Gun, gun, gun.
From the gun, here's Newton. Over the middle, complete. It's Bird. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big gain of 39 on 3rd.
That could not have been timed out any better, and that's exactly what receivers want. The ball in their hands as quick as possible allows them to catch it at full speed and take off and go. And how about the end result there? Big-time run after catch yardage. That rack yardage is so valuable for any offense.
Newton on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Gun, gun, gun.
Back to the air. Newton on 2nd down. Pass incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And now Newton not liking the play call. He's going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To the air again, Newton. And he's got his target. That's more. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. Had a first down on that last catch as well. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Out of the gun, Newton. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. From the red zone now, Newton. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On 3rd down, it's Wilson. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars getting set to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flush to his right. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Being chased out left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Gun!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Going for the deep ball. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jags are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2. Back to throw again. Buying time to his left. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. Butker now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Carolina getting set to take the field. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles. What does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. His throw incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Off play action. Newton. And he finds a man with a crossing route. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. second down, McCaffrey. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 1. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll run with McCaffrey. A great move in there, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 5.
20.
Now Newton. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And Gano's kick is right through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by. But that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone.
Yeah, he's bailed them out quite a bit so far. But it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. He'll look to throw. Shark's got it, left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And my goodness, another interception. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always